Today we're talking about all things Google, from tips on buying your first electric vehicle to its sudden influence on stoplights. Let's begin with the former. In the face of record heat waves and dangerous flooding worldwide, we need all the help we can get to figure out the best environmental technology to buy without breaking the bank. To this end, Google has announced various new and expanded sustainability initiatives around EVs, home energy, city planning, and safety. For starters, Google is providing more insight into if an EV is right for you, and if so, which one? Across 21 countries, an updated fuel cost calculator takes the guesswork out of how much money an EV could save you, estimating a particular model's annual charging cost versus a similar-sized car's gas expenses. Exclusively in the U.S., searches like Best Electric Cars should now provide the option to compare aspects like range and price. You can also see which government incentives are available. Similarly, in the coming weeks, you should be able to explore how far an EV could take you along a specific route in the U.S. based on elevation and charging stations. Google plans to bring the feature to Europe in early 2024. Your home energy search is getting a similar upgrade. The next time you look for a heater or air conditioner, you should have the option to compare their energy efficiency and see which comes with financial incentives. In the face of increased natural disasters, Google is expanding tools like its Flood Hub. This platform has been available in 80 countries, but will now include over 800 riverside locations in the U.S. and Canada. Google has also teamed up with the U.S. Forest Service to use machine learning for a large-scale update to the organization's fire spread model. It helps train firefighters and plan difficult battles. Google is further increasing its influence on urban planning decisions with a new Google Earth feature demonstrating the solar flux of each given building per year. At the same time, a Cool Roofs tool should soon be available in 15 cities globally that lays out which areas cool roof integration could be most beneficial. It's been 2 years since Google first debuted Project Greenlight, a novel means of addressing the street-level pollution caused by vehicles idling at stoplights. At its Sustainability 23 event on Tuesday, the company discussed some of the early findings from that program and announced another wave of expansions for it. Greenlight uses machine learning systems to comb through maps data to calculate the amount of traffic congestion present at a given light, as well as the average wait times of vehicles stopped there. That information is then used to train AI models that can autonomously optimize the traffic timing at that intersection, reducing idle times, as well as the amount of braking and accelerating vehicles have to do there. It's all part of Google's goal to help its partners collectively reduce carbon emissions by a gigaton by 2030. When the program was first announced in 2021, it had only been pilot tested in 4 intersections in Israel in partnership with the Israel National Roads Company, but Google had reportedly observed a 10 to 20% reduction in fuel and intersection delay time during those tests. The pilot program has grown since then, spreading to a dozen partner cities around the world, including Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Manchester, England, and Jakarta, Indonesia. Today, we're happy to share that we plan to scale to more cities in 2024, Yael McGuire, Google VP of Geo-Sustainability, told reporters during a pre-brief event last week. Early numbers indicate a potential for us to see a 30% reduction in stops. We believe Greenlight is unique because it is more scalable and cost-effective for cities than alternative options. Ideally, cities would deploy the models across grids of neighborhood blocks to create waves of propagating green lights. Our AI recommendations work with existing infrastructure and traffic systems, McGuire continued. City engineers are able to monitor the impact and see results within weeks. McGuire also noted that the Manchester test reportedly saw improvements to emission levels and air quality rise by as much as 18%. The company also touted the efficacy of its maps routing in reducing emissions, with McGuire pointing out it had helped prevent more than 2.4 million metric tons of carbon emissions, the equivalent of taking about 500,000 fuel-based cars off the road for an entire year. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Sarah Fielding and Andrew Tarantola and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.